Hi guys, I'm going to be making a video on how I met my boyfriend. Well, I was dating this kid in Jacksonville and it just didn't work out. That lasted about 3 months. And so, well, this kid that I'm going to be talking about, who is my boyfriend now, currently dating and hope to stay with him. I'm going to tell you how we met. We were friends for a year. I was a freshman, or no, he was a freshman, sorry, and I was a sophomore. We were friends. I dated his friend on and off, and it just wasn't working because I liked this kid. I liked his friend, but it just didn't work because me and him are like brother and sister. So, besides, I liked this kid, and I wanted to date him, but we were friends for a year, and I was just afraid of rejection, so I was like, I'm not gonna ask him out. Well, we were friends for a whole year before I decided I was going to ask him out, which was on August 23rd. Me and him were talking on Facebook, and I told him I needed to tell him something. And I was like, but I'm afraid of your answer. Like, I'm scared that I'm going to get rejected. And he was like, well, just ask me. And I was like, I like you more than a friend. And I liked him for that whole year that we were friends. And plus I had recently went through a breakup, and I was trying to get over that, and I didn't really want to date anybody, but I was just feeling lonely. And it kind of turned out like when I was dating his friend, I just like wanted to joke around with my boyfriend, which was his friend that I was dating before him, and I was like, hey, we should like pretend to tell Randall that I'm dating you and like see what he does. So it turned out to be like a joke in the first place, but then like I also knew in my heart that I actually did like this kid, and like I really did want to go out with him. So it was kind of weird for me to say, oh, we should pretend. And so it was funny because like my boyfriend, like his friend, was all like, oh. It was really funny. He started just like flipping out, dude. And he was like, really? You're dating Noah? I was like, yeah. So then we actually did start going out because I finally told him, I was like, look, I do like you. And I'm hiding it. Like, I do like you. So then I was like silent for a minute, like because we were talking on Facebook, so I just kind of didn't reply to him. And he was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah, I like you more than a friend, and like I'm scared of your answer." And then it came, the answer. He was like, "I kind of like you too," and I just started crying because I was like, somebody liking me, like really? Like, he's not a nerd, but he's like, I don't know. I don't know. He likes me, and so we're dating now. We've been dating since August 23rd when I asked him out, and I just told him that I liked him, and we were friends for a year, and I hid it, but I'm kind of glad I did because we got to know each other before we started dating, and honestly, I think friendship before dating that person is a really important step so it kind of like made our relationship grow in a way. We have now been dating for 4 months. On December 23rd, it'll be 4 months. And I've gone through so much to get this far, and I am so glad that he is in my life now. Later on that night, called him, and I was talking to him, and I just literally felt like I was the only girl that mattered to him at that moment. I don't know if I was. I mean, I'll never know unless he tells me. But just talking to him on the phone, I felt like I was the only one that mattered to him at that moment. And I wanted to cry. Later, after I got off the phone with him, I did. I cried. I am so lucky. I mean, this is literally the longest relationship ever that I've had. But anyways, the next day, which was Saturday the 24th, I called him up and I was like, hey, want to go hang out, blah, blah, blah. So we went to the flea market, and oh my god, I was embarrassed. My freaking grandma, she was like, oh, is that your boyfriend? I'm thinking, no, it's not. Well, his mom and his dad, and actually I think it was either his grandfather or one of his little brothers saw me and him holding hands, and they were like, oh yeah, that is you guys are dating. And I'm just like, okay. Well, after we left, his grandfather was all like, hey, is it okay if he comes over to y'all's house sometime? And I'm just like, whoa, where did this come from? That's all I heard. They were talking about it before, because, when me and Noah was hanging out, because we were hanging out by ourselves, and they were off doing whatever, and so, when we were all leaving, I just, oh my god. His grandfather came out with that, and I was like, sure. This is literally the first boy I've ever brought home. And I mean, I've had other boyfriends, and my mom and grandmother knew about them, but they never came to my house. I just feel so lucky to have him, and honestly, I don't think I would be here if I didn't have him, because I've had, I know he's going to tell me not to say that, but I'm going to explain why. I've had so much drama in my life. My mom died for 7 minutes because she overdosed, and I cried, and my uncle had to bring her back to life, and then my aunt, she tried killing herself, and recently, actually, my best friend died. So I've had so much drama. I don't think I could have gotten through all of it without him. And I hope he understands why I just said that. Why I just said I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him, because honestly, I wouldn't. And I have him. I have so much drama going on in my life that to deal with it, I just bury myself in the love of my boyfriend, and because it's the only way. the only way. The day me and him started dating was the best day of my life. Liking him for a year and not telling him, it hurt me so bad. I wanted to tell him, but all girls are afraid of rejection, and I am definitely one of them. I am completely terrified, and I had no clue what he was going to say, and when he said yes, it lighted a fire in my heart. That did not sound right. Let's put it this way, it really, and I don't know what I would do without him. I honestly don't know what I would do without him. His family, him, his little brothers, and his one little brother, who is the youngest, is getting so attached to me. It is not funny. Now, like it used to, he'd be like, hi. Now, as soon as I walk into his house, like his brother will be standing there and just be like, hug? And I'm like, yeah, sure. It is like the cutest thing ever. But, anyway, I will be doing a second part to this because I actually want to keep talking about it. So I will do a second part, and I will upload this one to YouTube so you can watch this one. And I have actually more to say because, honestly, this boy has been there for me probably more than my friends and family. And I am not kidding. But anyway, I will do the second part in just a moment, so see you there. Bye.